I think we're live. I hope we're live at least. I think so though. I think right now we're actually live to talk briefly about what in the world just happened. What in the world is going on with prices? Are we panicking? What are we doing? I'll give you guys my update. I also wanted to quickly go over what is going on a completely opposite side, more talking specifically about XRP. But I think in this instance here, we've got a lot of things to discuss when it comes to the overall crypto market and some of the things that have just gone down. I mean, down is double here as the prices have obviously come down, very significantly even, but I also have to admit that I bought a pretty good chunk here at some previously disclosed levels to make it really obvious for you guys. I won't take too much time. This point for XRP here, going all the way towards the $1.95 area. Unfortunately, there wasn't that much time below here to buy it on all the accounts like a freaking maniac. But going back to 194, 195, whatever, we talked before about where our biggest buying area was. Well, actually, it was mostly going to be slightly above 96, so at about 97. But it's the whole area of where we previously had the majority of our troubles at. Right now, XRP has fallen all the way back down. But I'm that type of person, I just buy. I don't know, man. Call me stupid, call me crazy, but I just literally buy and that's about it. Anyway, but let's quickly go over a couple of things, right? So to take a few steps back, I don't want to show that almost. A lot of announcements have come out today. Step number one is that Microsoft had just denied their Bitcoin investment proposal. I'm going to say that for the most part, this was already quite priced in, but regardless, that just went down about 2 hours ago, and it's kind of interesting. This was like a cascading thing, right? So if we're looking back even multiple hours ago, things were crashing quite hard. Why? Perhaps because MicroStrategy stopped the buying, which they did until 2 days ago, right? The day that they stopped buying, because they didn't really have more money to do so, the prices started falling a bit. Then after they started falling, that's kind of what prices often do. They fall more because you get a little liquidation cascading effect. They fall more. There was a little savior though earlier in the morning. No, it was like 3 hours ago when Bitcoin was going almost towards, I believe, 94 or so. Oh, am I showing it to you guys? Can you see? Guys, can you see my screen? Can you see everything? I think you guys can. I think everybody's in the chat. What's up, guys? Hello. Where are you guys all watching from? Somebody says you're back. Yes. Different spot, like always, but we're back. We are so back. Oh, here we go. People are going back to our usual. Anyway, so to revert back to it, a little bit earlier throughout the day, we fortunately enough had a little savior announcement, and that was the Goldman Sachs CEO saying he would evaluate participating in Bitcoin or Ethereum markets if regulators permit. So that was a little bit of amazing hope, so to speak, but then a few minutes afterwards, as I said just now, Microsoft came back out also saying, hey, they don't really want to go ahead and invest in Bitcoin right now, which was obviously a big letdown. Well, let's just quickly take another step back and state here, why is the entire market going down? For the most part, it's a cascading effect. By the way, quickly, just for everybody in the chat here, make sure you go ahead and press the like button on this stream, right? Make sure you go ahead and press the like button right now, down below. If everybody just presses it right now, we are instantly at least 100 likes. So if you're watching this right now, press the like button, instantly at 100 likes. You don't have to. It's not going to give me anything. It's not going to give me any money. You're not going to get richer off of it. So I understand why you're too lazy to do it. But then again, it is appreciated. Just know that. That's all I'm about to say about that. Right? And there we go. We got a lot of different countries in the chat. Like always, always amazing to see that. Today, I think the crowd is not as hyped up because prices are going down. Ultimately, though, I will say one thing. And this is my thoughts, right? If you get afraid at these points, ask yourself really why. There's one thing coming up that I sometimes think maybe people are afraid of. I mean, for example, over the next few days, the people in Europe are going to get more and more restricted when it comes or with regards to stablecoins. That's because of the MiCA rules, and I'm thinking maybe some people are fearful with their cryptos, but then again, are they going to sell it to stablecoins then? Are they just selling it to different stables? That would kind of be odd. And so from that perspective, I'm thinking, well, there's enough stablecoin probably out there. I'm not sure which ones, but maybe FDUSD, soon enough ROUSD, that I don't think there's really need to be any fear. And by the way, if you're holding, I don't think really that there's any fear on your side. I mostly just think it's from the exchange's side that they might be afraid of something. And again, that would also, logically speaking, be priced in way, way, way ago. So from that perspective, it also really doesn't make too much sense. There's a couple of fun things, but I didn't like. Oh, here we go. Actually, I did bookmark it. 𝗕𝗂, who's a very well-known bear, he's always negative on crypto prices for the most part. He all of a sudden now just said, hey, this is the local bottom. It's most likely in for the next few days. Altcoin should probably bounce from here. And he's kind of like an inverse watch as well, just like we have with Jim Cramer, where the moment he says that, we're all like, shit, are we cooked? Regardless, though, I will, whenever XRP goes back to these levels, just keep on adding. If you guys remember my earlier described strategy, right? So you buy, this is an example, right? Even if you start buying at $2.90, if you have, as an example, this strategy of buying your way down and you buy batches, for example, at the $1.90 mark, which you could have done right now because we're still right around that level, ultimately, I think you'll be good. That is only if we do manage to bounce back up. Right now, from our last buy point-ish, right? I just opened another order to kind of give it a little idea. It's about 5% up, which is okay. But we're basically expecting, or at least hoping, for the bounce to be at least back towards the $227 level. I can calculate here real quick. You know what? I can actually do that. I could calculate real quick what your exact price would be. You know what? That might actually be fun if I do that. So let's do that real quick. Let me open up a calculator for y'all. And we're going to put in exactly what our prices should be at. So what am I doing here? Okay, we have my friend Satoshi Stacker. He's trolling. He's trolling. Oh, wait, do that. Oh. Anyway, I'll talk a little bit about the Black Swan event because some of you guys seem to be interested in that. I'll talk a little bit more about my exec strategy. But the baseline I'll quickly say is, if you're selling at these points, really ask yourself why you're doing that. Is it because you're afraid of things going up, right? Or is it afraid of things going up? My friend, one of my friends that you guys might know, he always says, just because they've gone down doesn't mean they can't go down a lot more. And that's true. But essentially, I think it's way more worth it to try your luck and just buy the freaking dip than selling at these levels because of what I expect to be ahead of us. I always revert back to this Bitcoin chart where I said, hey, even if we go all the way back down towards like 91, which we haven't even done yet this week, by the way, but even if we do, we bounce right back up over the next few weeks, even if we just start doing that in January. So we just go down and sideways for a little bit. As long as you do not break like below 80, all those levels, we're still in quite a comfortable situation. I'll still be buying the dip. And again, we'll see over the next, let me quickly find it, little period here, maybe daily. Let's quickly check how this is going to look. Today will mark the first day below the general trend that has lasted for the last 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks, almost a month. This could be the first break of structure where we actually broke down. I wouldn't say it's too bad just quite yet, but and the main reason I'm saying that is because we could just recover. But if we end the day above about 96.9 thousand or something like that, we're back in the green. We're back in the bull trend, so to speak. Then again, it's happened before that you get a little fake breakout of sorts and it just bounces right back in the next day. Let's just quickly calculate though. So if we were to go for this specific XRP strategy, I'll get to some questions in just a second, guys. I'm just gonna quickly calculate this. So that's about 2,000 units of one. Let's just call it 190. In this example is 188, but let's just see what you could have done. You could have done now 194. So let's just say 194 as a baseline. So we'll quickly go ahead and calculate at 194. So 2,000 units, 194. Now let's quickly put this down as well. And this is now, did I do total? No, I did not. Is this the average? No, I did not. This is all making things way more difficult than it needs to be. So what did we calculate here? We did the, here is 100 units at 287, so it would cost us $287. So let's just say USD cost, unit XRP price, XRP quantity. So in this case here, we have ourselves a total of, in this case here, 2,800 bought. Okay, I'm not sure why I updated this spreadsheet in the most ugliest of ways, by the way. I'm not sure what my thinking process was or why I did it this way. There should be a way easier way to do this. Why am I doing it this way? Why? Okay, let me just... Oh, crap. That scared the... Yo. Why is it still... Okay, interesting. So it says it's the call from Gary Gensler. Oh, man. Anyway, but a little side note, by the way, before we go on with the calculations. Have you guys realized, again, what I've been talking about for the last few days when it comes to the bigger plan and all this? Like, for example, right now, I'm just telling you guys right now, and this is not financial advice, it's my personal thoughts. Literally, just kind of shut your brain off a bit. Don't act so cocky. Just buy the freaking dip. Because usually if you're watching at moments like this, like right now that I'm streaming, these opportunities are too freaking good to buy this low, right? And if you really are paying attention, that's why a few days ago I made a video saying I'm locking in. I was not joking. And the main reason that I said that what I was doing right there is just pay more attention to whenever prices go so low that if I buy that dip religiously, that you'll make crazy sums of money real quick. And the reason I said that and made the video is because I warned y'all that a crash might be coming soon and that I have to be there behind my freaking computer or phone or whatever to just pay attention, buy aggressively. And it's going to look bad. It's going to be annoying. Every single time, it is awful to watch your money go down the freaking drain. I know it because I've been here for a long time. But I always revert back to, quickly show you again, the May 2021 situation. And this we could go over later, but the May 2021 situation where every single time it came back down so freaking hard here. 40%. This is actually in one day. It came. 1 second. Thank you so much. We got backup now. We got. Oh yeah, by the way, is there anybody here from Sweden? Anybody? This is very, very super important to me. Is there anybody from Sweden because of what I just ordered? I'm not sure why they closed it off with the most fanciest of things, but you know what I just ordered? And 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I don't remember exactly the name. Let's see what it was. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Kanelbröder. Kanelbröd, yeah. I could have guessed what kanelbröder or whatever the frig meant from the word. Anyway, okay, review 1 out of 10 or 1 to 10. Let's do food reviews from now on. 1 out of 10 to 1. What are you guys thinking of the 𝗕𝗪𝗧𝗧? Authentically Swedish, it said. Let's see. And we have multiple things. We also have, again, you guys got to give me give me a little number. We have some. This is what is called, I don't know, syrup, some whipped cream, I think. But it comes with this. What is it called again? French toast. Healthy? I think not. Is it cool flowers? Like these little thingies? Yep. Yep. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay. Okay. Yep. Fair enough. Good assessments, I think. Anyway, why did I order this? Because of what I have what I have in store for you in about a second. But I'll keep it on the side for just a little teeny weeny bit. Because we have to quickly still talk about this. So to get back to the story, if you start thinking about it, The dips that we saw back, for example, in 2021, on some days was so significant. And I revert back saying, man, you know that some of these days were the worst days of my life, mostly because even though I'd witnessed an alt run before, I was just not prepared for it. This time around, though, in 2024, in our grown old age, I am more ready to accept whatever type of correction we get. Now, on Bitcoin here, the correction was, at the worst case, 32% in a day. Do you guys understand that what we've seen now is about 5% or so corrections for Bitcoin? It's mostly the entire altcoin market cap that's completely getting wrecked. And I made a video about that for the most part yesterday about total 3, right? And this is the total 3. So the altcoins have gone down roughly 20% in 2 days. It is very, very significant what just happened. I mean, we can try to deny it, but it is extremely significant what just happened. Okay, so let me quickly do something else. This is the sum. Anyway, okay, I'll show that in just a second. So out of you guys, how many of y'all here are still holding XRP? Out of the chat. We've got about 1,200 people watching. How many are still holding? And how many of you guys have panic sold? Are completely out? So, little story, right? If we're talking about our previous purchases here, if we had the crazy distribution that we just referred to, our buy-in price would have gone from $2.90 basically, which we first bought at, all the way down to $2.08. Yes, we would have bought a significant amount of units over this period of time, but it brings up the point of if you buy your way down, right? Then right now, with the way that we did it right here, which was heavy, but sure, our buy-in goes from $2.90 almost to $2.08. Just wanted to quickly bring that to y'all's attention about why buying your way down is so important and why you shouldn't buy all in at once. And that's why I keep talking about adding margins. Oh, this thing is even warm. How's it good? All right. So before I start talking about anything else, I just want to quickly talk about the freaking 𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗃 video. I'm not sure if you guys even saw it or not, and I'm not sure if there's going to be copyright issues, but well, I guess we'll see as of that point, right? So 𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗃 went on 60 Minutes. And we didn't even watch it together. We didn't do nothing. It's 10 minutes though, or 13 minutes. So I got to decide real quick. Do you guys want to watch it together? Or did everybody watch it? We'll just talk about it. Which of the two do you guys think we should do? You literally levitated? What did I do? YouTube version is good enough. All right. Okay, this is quite peculiar. Why are so many of you guys saying no more 60 minutes, please? What's going on now? What's going on there? Why are some people sad about it? Hey, Dusty, what do you think of DOT? I hold a lot of Polkadot. I would say their advancements have not been so amazing recently. So I can't tell you that Polkadot is on the best of journeys. Oh, you guys are saying don't get your channel demonetized? I mean, is there copyright on 60 Minutes? I have no idea. That SEC dude was a tool. Wait, you guys are not happy with this interview? Okay. There's really interesting comments here. By the way, this 𝗂𝗃𝗃, I'm going to give it a 9.4 out of 10. This thing is delicious. Holy, I'm not sure what they put in this motherfucker. I don't know what they did to this, but this was delicious. I thought it was just like a cinema 𝗂𝗃𝗃 or something. You know what I mean? But there's actually like freaking filling inside and damn. We're back to 207. Still, hopefully, we're going to go slightly higher than that. So again, to give you guys the rundown, we're going to get bullish above 208. Why? Because theoretically speaking, that's the buy-in strategy that I referred to here on the channel. So anybody should not have a higher average price than 208. If you do, you're stupid with risk management. Not stupid as a person, but your risk management is not proper, in my opinion. Man, this was delicious. I want to eat the whole. I want to eat more. I need more. I'm gonna need some milk. Gekocht by the Lidl? No, I did not. I ordered it from a rent. It's actually funny sometimes. You know what I do sometimes, guys? I go on my delivery order app. Because it's in Dubai, everything's open like almost 24/7, it feels like. I just go to a random restaurant. If it has more than 4 stars, it's available to me. And I try it. Just try a random ass thing. In this case here, it was a Swedish thing. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏. I was like, you know what? I don't even know what it's supposed to be. There was also tiramisu. There was also tiramisu. But I was like, okay, I already have a lot of food, right? I'm not really a dessert person in that sense. Yeah, so the only problem is, guys, I'm not so sure. Okay. Have I mistaken something? Or what's going on here? You said you can't just divide the average prices, you bought different amounts. So if we go back, what we've done is we calculated the quantity of coins, the price per coin bought, the total US dollar cost of that purchase. We did that multiple times, meaning we have the total amount of dollars it cost us right here. We have the total amount of coins we've got right here, right? So let's see. There's potentially, wait, actually it's right here. So the dollars that it cost us to buy all these 2,800 coins is $5,826. We've got now 2,800 coins in this example, meaning per coin, we paid about $2.08. So either I'm mistaken or you are mistaken. It cannot be both. Or I'm not getting something. It's possible as well. Crypt says, if we pull back to the previous all-time high on the market cap of XRP, that takes us down to 150. Thoughts? Nah, that's what? I'm not sure what you're talking about, friend. That's if we pull back to the previous all-time high on the market cap of XRP, is that really only $1.50? Let's see. I thought it was way higher than that. No, man. We all-time high was about 130 billion. We right now are below that. We're at 118 billion. So we should go up a significant bunch here. So again, also not so sure what you mean with that. I'm trying to go out of screen so people don't have to see me eating. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 150 is all-time high in market cap. You know what? I want to see now. I want to see what you're talking about in that sense. Let's go ahead and take a look. We can. So let's do that. Let's go take a look at what you are talking about, because I don't know exactly, but let's see. So, again, you're saying right now in the chat, no, somebody covered it. He is correct. Okay, maybe. That's what I'm saying. I saw it somewhere. You're saying you need to pop out your chat. Okay, let me see that. Here we go. Okay, this will be this is gonna take some maneuvering and getting used to, but there might be a way to get this done. Anyway, so let's just conclude here. So the market cap, I'll put it on that side for right now. There. The market cap at its highest point ever was, like we just established, let's just call it about 128 billion. If right now we are at 118 billion, then that's not the high. 150 billion? $1.50 is previous all-time high on market cap. Again, I don't know what you're talking about. The all-time high is $127 billion. Right now, at $2 something, we are at a lower market cap. Is it expensive to live out there? Not really. I mean, it depends on what you find expensive. But you can definitely live cheap. A lot of people do, if you want to. Still in dubs, Dusty? You bet. Brad is the CEO of a real company. He's way too busy to do any live stream, let alone asking you to send him XRP. Yep. Sorry, not all-time high. I meant the 21 high on the market cap. Oh. Yeah, but I'm not really too sure the 2021 run is going to be respected in almost any method that much. I mean, for example, in market cap, let's just call it about 88 billion here. Okay, fair. I would say if we're going to go back to the 2021 levels, then it should have actually been, in my opinion, right? Way more. Oh, this is, by the way, what we were referring to. This is another XRP story of price and about how to buy. If we're going to go back to the XRP chart, which one is it? Here. Yeah, this is the one, I think. So if we're talking about this chart right here, we established that the most important levels are, for example, 196, because it's the highest point we hit back in 2021. 199 because it was the highest weekly close we've ever got, or monthly close we ever got. 157, something like that, because it was the highest monthly close we ever got in 2021. If you start looking at it like that, I'm not sure if the highest amount of market cap is so relevant anymore, because you almost never see that it is. So to refer back to that, you can talk about price, important price points, mostly because of previous resistances or psychological barriers. I personally don't believe at all in market cap restrictions nor caps in that sense. I don't believe, because again, it's an inflating currency, right? The amount of coins in circulation increases, so by that definition, the price is to go lower than the previous cycle. But then if we're talking about major caps at that point, then theoretically speaking, every chart would keep looking like this if they're not deflationary. But there's a possibility. It's just not something I hold quite dearly, but to each their own. Just quickly. Grab this. Here we go. Yeah, you don't even want to know how much my bags are down these days, guys. It is very, very interesting to watch. It is it is very interesting to watch. Let's just put that out there. Are you having a cappuccino? No, it is 11:30. I think it's okay to just sometimes go to bed either earlier or just call it quits earlier. Check the monthly. We're looking at the monthly. Anyway, so another fun fact, if we go back to whatever I was just showing you, can I find it real quick? Here we go. So there's a few interesting new things that have been added to my roster. One of them is, like I just said, that more and more major companies like Microsoft, right now, they're starting to discuss it. There's another funny thing, which is Eric Trump. He just said a couple of nice words about Bitcoin. Also, I'm at the Bitcoin conference because I believe in cryptocurrencies. I believe that cryptocurrencies are the future. Banking is slow as hell. It's antiquated. It doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense that banks run on 9-to-5 schedules 5 days a week. Yep. Makes sense whatever he's saying as well. Anyway, so this is the first run where we're really starting to see the major companies take up their, actually just give me like 10 seconds. Take up their responsibilities and just start discussing at least the possibility of buying Bitcoin. Partially perhaps because of MicroStrategy's big cojones. I mean, if we take a look at their history, the amount of Bitcoin they have purchased here over a very short amount of time is quite, this is not the right one. Let's just quickly see, can we find him? Here we go. Just taking a look at the amount of Bitcoin they've bought in a very short amount of time. I want to quickly see it here. Can we find it? Here, so just take a look. MicroStrategy has acquired, this is just now, right? Just yesterday they announced this, but another 21.5 thousand Bitcoin for $2.1 billion at $98.7 thousand per Bitcoin. When you start thinking about it, he, with so much money, believes still as of that point that this is just a very easy buy because eventually it'll just go up even more. I kind of agree with this longer term notion, which is if you're bearish here at these levels, it's going to be hard for you to make it over a prolonged period of time, man. Again, I don't, somebody says, listen to Dusty and buy this. You don't have to listen to me. You got to believe it yourself. But the reason I'm not stressing out is because I know even though things might get worse on the short term, we know where things are headed on the longer term. And the ones that get really, really panicked on the short term are either over leveraged or they don't really believe in what they're holding. I personally think, even though back in 2021, I said before, I hated my life some days. I woke up down 40, 50% because the entire altcoin market was down that much. And this is also awful. First of all, you can play some hedged bets against it if you want. For example, always having a short open to on Bitcoin. For example, but this case would not been too amazing. But to hedge basically all your altcoin bags, which will pump significantly more as at a point Bitcoin stops. So to get back into that, if you want to know how that hedge would work, let's just say Bitcoin on average goes up until a few months earlier than altcoins do. That means if you start a Bitcoin hedge by shorting Bitcoin, most of those alts will still move up a lot. But then if they decide to move down and it tracks Bitcoin with it quite hard, you can make money on the fact that Bitcoin goes down and alts go down even more. But then obviously you have the short to make you money on that. Because otherwise, and basically if alts go up, there's also a chance that Bitcoin goes down because that's just what happens in altcoin season. But if your bags are primarily altcoins, this you could do with stablecoin. You don't actually have to hold Bitcoin to do this. You could kind of offset it. And then you could, for example, just take profit on the first crazy dip that you see and then just release the hedge if you wanted to. But it's just something you could do. You don't have to do. Let's just see. Skipo1 says, been here since 2016. Never forget you only lose if you sell. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, I agree with that. For the most part, I agree with that notion of, well, as long as you believe what you've got, things might get rough. You might think, oh, I wish I did something else. I'm, replacement money. But ultimately, I think it's still. Anyway, I wanted to mostly actually talk here about the whole 60 minutes thing. But a lot of you guys are saying, Dusty, don't do it. It's not worth it. We're not going to talk about it. I'm not sure why you guys don't want to talk about it too much or why you don't even want to watch it. I'm not sure what happened, what caused people to not be so interested in that story. Maybe you guys have heard about it a ton already. But I'm seeing the chat is getting raided again by this 𝗲𝗀𝘀 thing. Very, very cumbersome. I think actually I've said whatever I wanted to say. I've told you guys what's going on right now in terms of prices, and the bots are entering the chat. So we'll call it a night for right now. Yeah, too bad. But if you guys have got questions, just let me know under the YouTube videos as always. Somebody says, have you seen it? Yeah, this is awful. Anyway, guys, if you want to get more updates on whatever's going on with the crypto space, make sure you put that notification bell on. I'll be back in a few hours probably with another stream. Or a video of sorts. It was a BS hit job, all right? Thanks. We'll talk later. Guys. Hopefully you'll be back with another stream or whatever video I upload. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. And the first one to like. You're always amazing. Just know that. But anyway, that was it for right now for what exactly is going on. Make sure you press that like button before you leave, by the way. Yeah.